There's a whole lot more men in here than we've seen all day, but I want to say thank you first for coming. Just a quick question out of all the men in the room. How many of you are husbands? Raise your hand. Whoa, nice. How many of you are dads? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if your kids know you're here. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And obviously it's showing us here that as much as, this session has fueled a tremendous amount of buzz within our audience, with the media, and obviously within the mommy market. And we're talking about the adult porn industry. It's a $10 billion industry. And no matter which side of the fence you're on, I think everyone in the room can agree it's not for kids. Here to set the stage for a very lively debate on this topic is Forrest Collier, a serial entrepreneur and CEO of InternetSafety.com, which has been developing internet family safety solutions for the past decade. Their technology is used by customers in over 150 countries and by technology partners including McAfee. Please welcome Forrest Collier.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the porn debate between Ron Jeremy, who you may know, and Craig Gross. Today, what we're going to do is basically address the issues surrounding pornography and the potential harm or not associated with that. We brought two people from opposite sides of the spectrum to address that and to talk about how porn affects our culture and what parents can do to manage the impact that has on their children. Today, as introduction, we'll have with us Ron Jeremy, who has been ranked as America's #1 porn star by the Adult Video Network, and he's appeared in over 2,000 adult films, such as The Boondock Saints and others. Ron, in addition to movie and TV appearances, has traveled the country doing some debates like this, talking about, the pros and cons. He also has a master's, 2 BA degrees, and a New York Times best-selling autobiography that's available in stores. In addition, we have Craig Gross, who's the author of 6 books. He's the founder of XXXChurch.com, which is a web-based organization that has helped hundreds of thousands of people with their addiction to pornography. So today we will, in terms of format, ask a series of questions to both of them, let each of them have a chance to answer them, and then go through there. So if we get Ron and Craig to come on and join us, we can welcome them. Now, if you need help, this is Ron.
Are you sitting in between us?
That's correct.
I guess I'll sit by you, Ron, since I thought Forrest was going to sit by us.
I will get more godly. Thank you.
So, as I said, we'll ask a series of questions and let one of them answer first, and the other one can respond after that. So, to kick it off, we want to first ask the question, is pornography good or bad for adults, and does it help or harm marriages? Ron, you want to kick us off?
Certainly. Well, is porn good or bad for adults? It's entertainment. So you're saying is it good for or bad for? I think it could be perfectly fine. That's what you choose to watch. I know a lot of couples see porn together. I believe in communication. Husband should not watch porn without his wife knowing about it. She shouldn't catch him watching it. That leads to all kinds of problems. But look, our husbands also are often addicted to football, from the world of sports. We're from the world of spurts. But these guys watch football, and the wives go nuts over that. I had to throw a joke, and I apologize. And the wives get pissed off at that sometimes. I mean, you have to communicate and get along. And there are many couples who do see porn together, and they can get enticed watching it. And again, there are some sex therapists that find it perfectly okay if you're practicing monogamy with the one person special in your life. Wardrobe, role-playing, abstaining, exotic locations, toys, porn films. It could be kind of a marital aid. I think even Adam and Eve has a series where Nina Hartley gives advice to couples for different positions for husbands and wives to try out. So I think it could be perfectly fine for people to watch porn. And it could get addictive? Yes. But then again, so can alcohol. Nobody goes after Seagram 7, So the fact is, a few people don't often do porno properly. Some people don't watch it properly. They get too addictive or whatever other problems come from it, or they lie to their wife. And this is wrong, because porn can be watched recreationally. Quick ending, I look at porn as simply no more than this. You want to laugh, you watch Monty Python. You want to cry, you watch Terms of Endearment or Wuthering Heights. You want to get scared, watch Alfred Hitchcock or Brian De Palma. Want to get nauseous, watch Cloverfield. Want to watch something a little sexually excited? You can watch either a late-night HBO movie with cheerleaders, flight attendants, and nurses, or watch a porn. It's part of that wide world of entertainment, nothing more, nothing less.
And what I'd say to that, I've heard actually Ron been quoted by saying porn it's like junk food, you know, and so I think it's a cheap substitute, obviously for sex. I think it's fantasy, it's not reality, and so the problem today, especially with porn, is people are watching this and they're expecting that this is what sex is like. And then when sex doesn't match up to that, ABC News actually did a study and they said what people are finding is it doesn't ever match up to those expectations. And so what's happening is people are not only going to more porn, but their relationship with a real person, instead of this fantasy world that they've created over here, suffers. For children, obviously, if we talk about that, porn has become their sex ed. And so it's a huge thing, because obviously this isn't reality. It's not what real sex is like. And so I think it's a false expectation. Overall, you know, we've been at the porn show, both of us, you know, we have a booth talking to people about this. Ron has autographs that he signs on any part of your body, but we've just been seeing so many people are coming there, you know, couples together, they're smiling, like, yeah, and I don't see by these titles that you've kind of seen in the adult world that these are bringing anyone closer together. He said, you know, husbands shouldn't watch this without their wife knowing this or without their spouse. Well, 76% of people watch porn all by themselves. No one knows about this. They're not filling in their spouse or their girlfriend, their mom and dad on what they are viewing. And so I think it's very destructive because a big part of that is the secret nature of this, that no one knows about this, and what you're doing now is also very progressive. The porn industry, it's a very progressive thing where he's talking about cheerleaders and flight attendants. Yeah, that's very softcore. You walk over to AVN show, you'll see that the game has changed. There's not a lot of flight attendants and cheerleader videos over there. It's very hardcore in nature these days.
Okay.
When he says alone, you mean like masturbating. A lot of people watch porn, not necessarily with a couple. They often watch it alone to masturbate. And again, I don't find a problem with that either. I used to masturbate to Gilligan's Island. That's a whole other story.
So second, we're here as part of CES in the technology industry. How has the internet changed the business of pornography?
Let me start there, because Ron uses a fax machine. Not kidding. If you want to get a hold of Ron, don't email him, because what is that? Send me a fax.
Look at my son. I'm a technical kind of guy.
Yeah, look at this phone.
I got a dinosaur phone.
Yeah, so
I'm old school.
To hear him talk about the internet, I'll actually want to hear about that, because you go to yahoo.com and search for my name, and so
stick to the topic.
Work on that answer. The internet has hugely changed the game of pornography. I mean, last count, 400 million pornographic web pages. Porn used to be the most popular thing to do online. Now social networking is. So porn's taken, I think, the third or the fourth, you know. But this is a huge thing where obviously click 18. If you're over 18, click here. A lot of the sites don't even have that. I'm 34, so I grew up having to be 4'6" in 6th grade, not tall enough to reach the porn at the liquor store. My parents didn't have the Spice Channel or anything, so I barely saw porn. Nowadays, and the reason why I got into what I'm doing is because I was a pastor to youth, and all these kids are coming up to me saying, all I did was misspell something and found a porn site. What the internet has done, it's changed the game completely. What we had to work really hard to find, if you're my age or older, now you have to work really hard to avoid because of the internet.
It's funny. I mean, I could jump ahead for a second here. He really should, in a way, almost thank the internet, because it's putting the business he dislikes out of business. Now, the internet is absolutely killing the adult industry. AVN has suffered a lot from it. The recording artists have suffered. Mostly a big, major, rock stars and rap stars of today make most of their money on concerts, not even on record sales, because kids could download for free. When you get stuff for free, then obviously you don't have to buy it. And Playboy is having serious financial troubles. So the internet actually is killing right now the adult industry. But as far as what he's saying about the proliferation of porn on the internet is, again, porn went where it can go. I mean, it's always been the leader in technology. Your first pre-recorded tapes were X-rated. I believe it was also the first CD-ROMs, interactive computer work, internet, CD-ROMs, all were...